Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Holy Cross Lady Crusaders basketball. Abby Anderson joining us right now. Abby, a heck of an athlete. You've been doing it since your freshman year. Now you're a junior at Holy Cross. Talk about this basketball team this year. We're pretty talented, huh?
Yeah, we definitely had to fill some shoes with Gab and Olivia leaving last year. 2,000-point scores. We knew we had to step up our game a little bit, have more offensively. It's definitely hard filling and doing what they did, but I think we've found our basis and have been improving from that.
And I think a lot of people, they may look at you and say, hey, Abby Anderson's going to score a bunch of points. But I didn't look at your statistics this season, but I did get to see you play a game. And I think some games, maybe you're scoring 6, some games maybe you're scoring 20. But I think there's different roles on the team. And maybe one night somebody has a hot hand and could score 24. And then maybe the next night they're only going to score 4. Talk a little bit about the balance that you have and different people scoring.
The first Riverside game, I struggled offensively, but I knew I couldn't keep my head down. I had to fill the roles that needed to be filled. I needed to rebound for my team, pass, assist for the open shots for my teammates. I'm not one to do it all, so if something's not working, I try to do the other things better to help out my team.
And talk about that team concept that you have and your mentality overall, just getting the wins for Coach Fitzgerald. I'm sure that's really important. And at the end, you want to try to make a run into the district championship game if that's possible. Is this team capable of doing that?
I definitely think so. I think we've come together very well since the beginning of the season. We mesh very well. We get along very well. A win's a win. It's not who does the best, who doesn't do so well. It's a team effort.
A lot of coaches, too, there at Holy Cross. Talk about all the different coaches that I know Coach Fitzgerald's the main guy, but there's a lot of other coaches that kind of chime in and say, hey, we could do this better, or we could work on this. Tell us about that whole coaching staff you have. There's a lot of knowledge.
It definitely helps in practice. We're able to do more drills and have a coach watching each basket. It kind of gets a little hard sometimes because they all have their different ideas and we try to combine them. But usually in the end it works out.
Abby, how about your skill set while you're out there on the court? Talk about your range. How much do you shoot the outside shot? How much do you go inside? Tell us about what you try to do.
Well, inside, I'm a little too unselfish. The coaches sometimes tell me I don't take advantage of my size where I could go up strong over taller and or not as tall as people as me and power up. In the outside game, I have a nice shot, so when I'm open, I take it. I guess I could work both inside and outside pretty well.
Abby, let's talk about learning the ropes at Holy Cross and going through the program. There was so much talent around you when you came in as a freshman, but you were able to contribute and get your time in. What was that experience like, and now what's it like now in your junior year trying to return the favor with some of those freshmen or 10th graders that are on the squad?
Well, definitely freshman year, I felt like a little new girl that didn't really fit, it seemed. But I did what I could to help my teammates earlier. And then this year, with them leaving, Coach Fitzgerald told me I needed to be an animal. I needed to step up when it was needed. And so far this year, I guess I've been playing very well and just need to keep it going.
I think we saw some of that toughness you had as a ninth grader getting in there. I mean, that's a whole other level when you're in ninth grade and playing on a varsity level, but you're able to do some of that. Also able to do that on the softball field. And talk a little bit about your experience on the softball field at Holy Cross.
Softball was definitely a big step for me. Coming in with all the talent we had freshman year, I didn't really know if I would fit, if there'd be a spot for me. But X.E did a great job in his 2 years that I was able to play with him, making me a better player, improving my skills to get where I was freshman All-State as an outfielder, and last year All-League All-Star.
And, of course, the untimely death of X.E. McAndrew over the last month or so. And it's been challenging for the whole Holy Cross community grieving. And people just knew what a tremendous heart X.E. had. What a great guy he was. Always had positive things to say anytime I ran into him. How about some memories you had of X.E. McAndrew as a coach?
In practice, we would always do the same things. When we'd have to take in the balls from shagging them, you'd think he'd do this little dance where you think a ball was coming, but you'd be like, actually, you scared me. He'd be like, no, I was just dancing. And he did it all the time. It was one thing that we all will never forget.
Yeah, great energy, X.E. McAndrew, a great sense of humor, and of course, his heart was just tremendous, and it'll live on forever. Now, Joe Ross will be the new head coach at Holy Cross for the softball team, a guy who coached baseball at Scranton Prep, has a lot of experience, but I know he's pretty close up there with the Holy Cross community. I think he has a daughter on the squad at Holy Cross as well. When you talk about being a student athlete at Holy Cross, tell us about that experience for you, getting the job done in the classroom, knowing your teachers, small class sizes, and then, of course, what you're able to do with your friends and able to compete at a high level, both in basketball and in softball.
Well, at Holy Cross, it's definitely a family. They're always there to help you. They know student athletes, it's not that big of a school, so everyone knows who you are, what you do, how you do in school. They can tell if something's bothering you. If you didn't have a good game the next day, you'll come in, and they'll try to do the best they can to get you to laugh, get you to smile. If you ever need any help, they're always there. You can always go to the library. There's always bountiful opportunities to get help when you're not doing so well.
And Abby, let's talk a little bit about your support at home as far as whether it's the studies or the athletics. Tell us about who's cheering for you.
Well, my parents are always there, the biggest fans in the gym, I guess you could say. I have two brothers, one older, one younger. They're not as into it as I am or my parents, but they're always there cheering me on. It's good.
And Abby, hard to believe, as we said, you're just a junior, so you have a whole other year to think about what you want to do next year and another year of high school talent that you're going to set forth. But how about your future endeavors? Is athletics something you're thinking about? And I'm not sure if you have a thought on a major yet in just your junior year yet, but tell us if you do.
I definitely want to play sport. I'm not sure if I want to do basketball or softball. As of right now, I'm leaning towards basketball. My coaches are helping me get my name out there, get some film and things out there. I think I want to be a math teacher, but that definitely can change.
That's not a bad gig. Not a bad gig at all. Well, Abby, we're rooting for you here on the John Mendola Show. Wish you well the rest of the season, both on the basketball court and, of course, when softball season comes up as well.
Okay, thank you.
Abby Anderson, a junior talent here for the Holy Cross Lady Crusaders on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.